Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're live Tuesday evening streaming for your pleasure. And what do we have for your delight? Well, we're continuing on our Suzuki Endurance Cup. And I couldn't even tell you the full name. Suzuki Swift Endurance Cup, presented by Virtual Racers Club. Sponsored by Seal Oil. Club a baby today. Club a baby. Club a cub. Club a cub. Save the earth. That's the slogan. We're working on it. It's still on mid-table. Anything goes. Right then. So the Swift, the most confusing championship, it seems, in the whole of VRC's vast catalogue of championships. But the Swift Endurance Cup, the Suzuki Championship, is as is. It's 10 minutes of qualifying on hard tyres using the Group 4 Suzuki Swift, and yeah, there's not much to it. They go and qualify for 10 minutes on the hard tyre. Now it goes into a 60-minute race. In the duration of that race, our pilots must transfer over to the racing soft tyre for a maximum of 5 laps. So it's like a little 5-lap boost. They get to go onto the grippier tyre and bang some laps in, and they've got to do that twice in a race. The rules are they start on the racing hard because they qualify on the racing hard. At some point during the 60 minutes, they pit twice, even in succession or in different parts of the race, to put soft tyres on for 5 laps. And then they must finish the race on racing hard tyres. They're the rules. It is simple, but we, even myself, have struggled to grasp this one. The brain of Racer Brown outsmarted us all. He's not here tonight. He's on a run. It's a big one, apparently. Retirement, he was saying to me, rubbing his hands. Retirement thingy, retirement. I was like, well, good luck, mate. As I was ringing the FBI up. Mama Homesick in the chat saying, evening thingy, all okay with you? I'm good. I am good. We've got ourselves grounded with the rules. We've got to do the table, and we've still got 2 minutes to go. It wasn't a rush. My youngest cooked dinner tonight, and it was a delight, I tell you. Oh, yeah, we're at Road Atlanta. We stayed over in America. We just done the Daytona. That was an absolute bash and a half. And, yeah, we decided to hang around a bit over here in the Wild West, and now we're doing a bit of Road Atlanta with the Swifts, the Swift Brigade, Suzuki. So, like I said, 10 minutes of qualifying. We'll start at 8 o'clock, and then we'll have a 60-minute race. The mandatory tyre is, oh no, he says option tyre is racing hard. Mandatory tyre is soft. Must be used twice per race and for a maximum of 5 laps each time. Mandatory race finishing tyre, racing hard. Let's have a look at the table. So like I said, Racer Brown's missing out on this one. Oh, it looks like we're just going into qualifying. That seems a little early to me. 59. Homesick Alien, he just wants to get on. He's chomping at the bit. Or no, he's just altered something. Interesting. He's changed the room settings, so something might not have been quite right. He's had a tweak. He's had a little tweak between his twerks before qualifying. So the table, like I said, Racer Brown's on a big run tonight, so he's not here to take part in this fun event. So we'll be missing him, but he's leading the championship by 41 points. Will he be able to maintain after missing around? Homesick Alien is second, chasing him down on 34 points. Ensign Newer is third on 26 points, but that's a joint third with Snorlax, who is also on 26 points. Jim's right there, though, behind him, in fifth on 24 points. Guesty sixth on 21 points after a blisteringly great round, jumping right in the deep end and taking that win. Bazza seventh on 19 points. Majid is 8th on 14 points. Jokus is 9th on 10 points. And the Bandit is 10th on 6 points. The M&M Bandit. There's Deadpool, sponsor of Bazza's A little swift. We've been asked if we're ready. And I'll forgive you, Snorlax, you're new. But the actual preferred starting, Bazza and Jim, he's not even here, you know. He doesn't watch. If he's not racing, he's not interested. So don't play up to him with your whys, because he's not around. Skyjacker in the chat saying hi ho, and Ensign Newitt saying hi all. But he only pops in to say hi. He doesn't stick around. He doesn't watch it. So don't play up to him. He who is not here. With your whys. So we've all registered our interest. I just about saw that. Thank you. I didn't see who was it. Bazza? It's got to be Bazza on it. Or was it Homesick? I don't know. And qualifying has begun. We got through the table, didn't we? I'll tell you what, this getting on early, it gives you a lot more breathing space. I feel more manic than this at the beginning of a stream. This is quite leisurely, man. Maybe I've been on Racer Brown Supply or something, eh? So, Homesick Alien is out there in the British Telecom. And all you people not born before 1992 or not from Britain, they had yellow little vans, British Telecom. They used to drive around in little yellow vans. And it just said British Telecom on the side, and that's the irony of Homesick's livery there, is it looks like the old British Telecom vans they used to drive around in when you couldn't get a phone line. Phone's glitching again, it's got that buzz. I think the government are listening to us, I reckon. So Homesick Alien is out there. He's not doing out, he's doing an out lap. But let's not get excited, but his car looks pretty good. And I've explained, you know, that during the 80s, we had yellow vans that drove around with British Telecom written on it. There you go. Big Bad Jim. No one messes with Jim. Jim had pedal problems last time round, I think. I think it was last time where it looked like he got really fast lap times already. Well, he's just starting his fastest laps, and I'm getting excited before there's time to be excited. They've done their out lap. But Jim, he's run a bad luck last week because he qualified well, and I think he said he lost all feedback in his wheel. He was just driving thin air. So until he got to the pit stops, he couldn't really fix the problem. And by then, he'd already lost a lot of time. But Jim's looked very strong from the off, qualifying strong in both races. He got a podium in the first round. But unfortunately, Brands Hatch, the curse of Brands continues with Jim. Let's hope he's more lucky, I suppose. He's more fortunate in Road Atlanta. Let's hope it comes to him, because he's definitely got the speed in this Swift. He's found this car. Jokus. He's sitting low in the table, but that's because he missed the first round, it seems. Oh no, I think he got disconnected from the first round. And he scored 10 points last week. But he's one to watch in the movie star Telefonica. Majid. Bashing it out. Looked strong last week. He hit the pit wall, didn't he? All right, times are going in. Jim already showing his dominance, beating Homesick Alien by nearly 2 seconds. That's a great deal. That's quite a lot. And Joker's a second and a half slower than Homesick Alien. So the times are so varied. It looks like this track's one to catch them out with. We'll sit on board with someone, see how tricky it is. Bazza's gone second fastest, bless him. 3-4 tenths behind Jimbo, with Homesick Alien sitting third, Joker's in fourth. Big Dan, Ensign Newitt. Why are they giving you the nicknames down at the bottom? That's helpful, isn't it? I've turned nicknames off for championships. We've gone with proper PSN names, and when on one-off events we'll have nicknames because we have a choice of both. But it seems when I press that button it tells you the nickname, which is fine, but it also looks like it's telling me in their qualifying times their nicknames, so then I've got to try and work out who it is. Great. I ain't got enough to do using a bloody controller to try and navigate around the field. So Ensign Hewitt, Big Dan, is 5th fastest, 1.2 seconds. That's what I mean, it's quite varied in lap times. It's about a second and a half, except for Baz and Jim at the moment. Bandits put a time in, 4th fastest, 4/10 off of the Aliens time. And Joker's 9/10 off Bandit. Ensign Hewitt, 1.2 seconds behind Jokers. And Majid, 2.5 seconds behind Ensign Hewitt. And like I said, we saw good stuff from Majid last week. Snorlax was putting time in, 3rd fastest. He was looking good last week as well. Snorlax, I think he just missed out on a podium, but it looked like he should have got a podium. Had a spin, didn't he? I think he had a spin from a podium position. So, yes, Snorlax. And like I said, Majid looks strong as well. The new lads. Where's Majid disappeared? He's gone 4th fastest. There you go. Until he hit the pit wall in the race, he was looking good up there. So the races, the round we had last week, it really did kick up some interesting results and strategies. Jim still on pole. So let's have a look. Is there anyone there? There's no one really. It's Homesick Aliens, the closest to the start-finish line. He's not. Who's that car there? That's the one I'm looking for. It's Bandit. Oh, we'll do a lap with Bandit then. Let's see how tricky it is as we come round into the final corner. It's flooring it all the way in 4th gear. No lift there, sirree. Up to 5th. Heavy down to the first corner. Right-hander. Little lift. Dab on the brakes down into 4th gear. Letting gravity do the work up the hill there. Slamming it back down on the accelerator. This is catchy. Can catch you out. He gets that straight away. Lovely stuff. Snorlax going faster. It stays in 3rd. And there we see going through the wiggly part. And now again, braking heavy for a left-hander. Not so heavy. I mean, the last time we looked at these, it was in the Group 1 cars. So they were a lot faster. These cars seem to be handling the corners a little bit better. He's up at the moment, is Bandit, sitting in 4th, 6/10 behind Snorlax. He's getting through these corners beautifully, just kissing that apex there, getting a wheel on it, using a maximum track. Baz has gone faster again. He's gone 3rd, knocking Snorlax down to 4th and Bandit into 5th. I believe that's happened. Majid only 1,000th, behind us. Half a second up. He wants 6/10. We're getting there. Then through the chicane. Oh, delicious. It's beautiful to watch the Bandit drive. Bouncing a little up the hill as he tries to floor it again. And this is where we joined him around the final corner. Heavy speed. Look at that. They're carrying 120 around that final corner. And he goes faster, but not enough to catch Snorlax. Delicious. Thank you, Bandit, for that lap. It was great. So Ensign Hewitt, amongst all of that, has just gone fastest of all. Ensign Hewitt 3rd in the championship, always a threat. Never count him out. Snorlax again going faster, stays 4th. But yes, Ensign Hewitt, fastest man on track so far. But Jim, don't count him out. He'll have another one in the bag, I trust. In 66, he is swift in these Suzukis. Oh, Guesty. Guesty will be 2 minutes. Oh, no. Oh, right, yeah. Well, we've got 2 minutes left of quali. I'll try and indicate at the beginning of the race that Guesty is on his way. So, the Jimbo. We've been watching him around. I didn't see his sectors, though. He's not going to read Discord. There's no point telling him. I don't want to type it. I'll type it when they get to a point when they're not qualifying. He's 2/10 down. He needs 800ths, does Jim, to find Ensign Hewitt. Bazza, he's a second down. He's not getting anything this lap. Snorlax. Bandit's gone faster. He's gone ahead of Snorlax. We sat on board with him when he crept up to the back of Snorlax. And now he's pushed it further ahead. Is there anything Snorlax has got to come back at that? Has he got a higher bid? No, sorry. Majid, he's just about to come to the line as well. Let's see. And Dane, 4/10 off his fastest lap time. He's 8/10 off of Snorlax. 6/10 ahead of Homesick Alien, second in the championship. But Homesick Alien yet to find a rhythm here. And no, that one not also. And this is going to be his final effort. He's got to find something. 700ths ahead of Jokus. And that is not the end of the grid that Homesick Alien is used to being. And it seems like a fish out of water here. It started dark, didn't it? And I just noticed we've got daylight as we were qualifying. Or did it start light in qualifying? I'm not sure now. I question everything. The time transition. Thanks, Matt. I couldn't work out what to call it, but Matt, he didn't message me or anything. I just heard him call it, say something about transition, or he might have been speaking to someone else about transition. So the time transition, it freaks me out. It really does a little bit. I just suddenly notice it's getting light or dark, and I'm like, oh. What's Racer Brown slipped me this time? Jim's gone back on pole. That was his last effort. Ensign Ewerts, he's on his way around, and Jimbo done everything he can do. 2.5 tenths virtually ahead of the Ensign. Anyone else coming close to the line? There is a couple. Here is Majid. Goes faster, stays in the same place. Ooh, I don't see all of them. Jokus finds a lap for 6th best at the end there. Ensign Ewert making his way around. Bazza as well is out there on an attempt. And we can't count Homesick Alien out, who's just done a lap up to 4th for Homesick Alien. That's a little healthier than where he was. And it's Bazza, and it's Majid, not Majid, Ensign. Ensign comes to the line. No, he doesn't get pole. What about Bazza? No, he doesn't get pole. And it looks like it's Jim's pole now. And there's no one else running around. See if I can do a quick chat. Guesty. 2 mins away. And I'll see if that helps anything. Mr. Guesty. They might, I mean, we might watch him going around for a while. Oh no, that's it. So I've put the message out there, and there is a break before quali. Guesty's joined the room. Kaboom, kabat, kaboo, kapow. It's all come together quite nicely. And Ensign Ewert congratulating Jim on what has to be the perfect qualifying on his final lap. Wow. And I thought Bandit was a bit of a, getting the drama going in the 24-hour, the 2.5-hour thing. But Jim there was virtually lastminute.com. So Big Jim gets pole. Now Homesick Alien has to play around with the settings. He might not have to. It seems they've stayed there. So the grid will be Jim, Ensign Ewert, Bazza in 3rd, then Homesick Alien. Bandit with Snorlax alongside him. 7th is Jokus. He got in there, didn't he? Right near the end, ahead of Majid. And Guesty will be starting behind Majid. And that is so weird, isn't it? Because they've all had a time right at the top there in qualifying. So the pace in these little Suzuki Swifts are amazing now. Let's go and spectate just to see shenanigans. That's, yes, what I want. Wow, how slow was that? I've got to try and get that really fast for the beginning of the race. So they're all just sitting at the moment. Bandit's on the wrong tyres. I wonder if I can tell him. How's he ended up on softs when he was on hards in qualifying? The race says, it states you do have to start on softs, Bandit. I don't know if you think you found a loophole, but it definitely says in the rules that you must start on the tyres you qualified on in hards. So you're going to end up in trouble. Let me see. He might have thunk he's found a loophole. I mean, I don't know. I don't memorise these rules. If he hasn't, if he has found a loophole, it's not in the... I mean, we know what the thing is. SEC is a brand new championship. The championship is designed Formula E in mind, with a timed boost within the race, which we will be using the Racing Soft as a boost. This championship will consist of 6 rounds, where drivers will qualify on the Racing Hards and finish the race on the Racing Hards, and will need to use the soft tyre twice within a race for a maximum of 5 laps. So strategy and timing will be key. Oh, Racer Brown, I think he's found a loophole. It doesn't actually say you must start the race on Racing Hards. Oh no. You can't give them any kind of opening, can you? You just cannot do it. They will find a way. The sneaky sim racers will always try and find a way. Everyone quick, get in, change softs. Bandit's found a loophole. He's saying start on hard. I don't know. It doesn't say start on hard. It says qualify on hard. And finish the race on Racing Hard. And need to use the Racing Soft twice within the race for a minimum of 5 laps. Didn't actually say. Because you assume, because it used to be that qualifying just went straight into, even on sport, I think, qualifying goes straight into the race. But in this, you get a break. So people can change their tyres. Snorlax has gone for soft. He fancies it as well. He thinks, hang on, if there's a loophole to be had, then we're going to have it. It cuts out a pit stop. And I don't know what to say. All I can do is read you what the rules say. This championship will consist of 6 rounds where the drivers will qualify on the Racing Hard and finish the race on the Racing Hard. And you will need to use the Racing Soft tyre twice within race for maximum of 5 laps. So strategy and timing will be everything. Now, I mean, it's obvious you're meant to start on the Racing Hards. I just think he hasn't written it. He hasn't worded it that way. But I think with the qualifying on Racing Hards, see, they're arguing about it now. It's happening. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off out there. Nothing in the rules about it. Bandit, go for it. I mean, it's not down for me to say, but this has been one of those championships where it's had some sort of an event at each round. Why not continue into the 3rd round? It's interesting. Very interesting. It says you have to pit 2 times. Someone does say, technically it does say you have to pit 2 times. So, Homesick Alien's not getting sullied into it. He's just saying, let's just race. And let the people who make the rules sort it out at the end. It's insinuated you meant to start on hards, but it hasn't actually put it in writing. And if this was F1, you know they'd be taking the mick. You know they would be ripping it. So here we go. We're into the race. There is chat. I'll go to it. I know Skyjacker's going to be telling me off for saying, you know you should be starting on hards. 1 minute penalty is a risky on a potential loophole. It is. Guesty said he's never even seen this track before. Poor Guesty. Starting right in the thick of it. I've got to get out. I've got to get back in. And I've got to get all of this shenanigans done. Sorry, guys. It's not. It's going to get better. I say that every time. So Ensign Newitt somehow has got past Jim off the line. Ensign Newitt, lightning fingers. His wife must love it. And Jim there falls down into 2nd with Homesick Alien there 3rd. He made a jump on Baz, but Baz has got it back again. And now Baz has found a place he can call 3rd. Snorlax, wow, Snorlax has had some start. Homesick Alien's off. Homesick Alien, it looks like we've had a big one. Guesty as well. And Bandit's going slow. Oh my word, it's all kicked off. Ensign Newitt then leads the way with Jim in 2nd place. Bazza is in 3rd. Snorlax is 4th. Snorlax took the risk. He started on softs. He's seen the loophole. He thinks he can get away with this one. I think that the admins will probably say, well, it's not written, but it is sort of there. I mean, it says well, it's not for me. It's not for me to make these judgment calls. Me personally, I would start on hards, but I'm scared of breaking the rules. but Snorlax on the softs doesn't care. Joker's there racing hards, Majid on the racing hards, Homesick Alien are racing hards, Guesty's gone for racing hards, and Bandit also on racing hards. And I don't know if Bandit, Homesick and Guesty all had a little thing together. It all looked like it was in that one corner, but Bandit looks like he might have had earlier problems because he's 10 seconds down on Guesty, who's 5 seconds virtually on Homesick. Homesick only a second behind Majid. Majid and Jokers look like they're going to get a little tidy later on. Then we've got Snorlax in fourth, making hay, but he can only do 5 laps on them. Let's hope he doesn't get carried away. Hey, and it's on a heavy car. Whoa, and he tried to go for a move around Bazza. Bazza would not concede the position. He had the line, I believe. I'm not sure. Snorlax goes and ends up mowing the lawn, and now Jokers and Majid have brought the party to Snorlax, and Snorlax, get those tyres back up to 10th, lad. You've got to get on, man. You've got to, your 5 laps. You need to get some air. You need to get some space between you and the rest of the field, because you're on a heavy car on soft tyres. It's probably not a great judgment call anyway, because softs would work better on a lighter car. So Bazza then in third. He's right there on Jim's chuff. He is tempted, isn't he? He's having a think about it here at Road Atlanta, wherever we are. Jesus, where so many things to think about all in one short space of time. My brain has mini meltdowns, and I question the fabric of space-time and everything in it. Road Atlanta, we're at. Oh my word! So Bazza went for a move. It looks like, ooh, all sorts of business has happened there. Oh my God, Bazza, is the game messed up, or is everyone messing up? So Bazza's now in the lead. Snorlax, Ensign Hewitt we saw going off ahead of us. And now Homesick Alien's back up to third after a huge off. Ensign Hewitt slipped to fourth. Where did Jim end up? Jim's down here as well. And Majid has got himself ahead of Jokers and everyone else up into 5th place. And we've got a little party going down here from 3rd down to 7th. And Guesty 27 seconds off, and Bandit losing even more time. He's gone on the softs, that's why. Bandit's gone on the softs, he's gone into the pits, he's gone with the soft tyre. He's going for a quick stint. Snorlax now leads the group, and you'd expect it on those racing softs, and he's 3 laps in, 3 laps deep on those bad boys. So he's going to be wanting to come in, and then he's going to have to sit there after the race and post-race steward rule everything. He's going to get the whole VRC offices open. I can hear my bleeper in the background now. It's the back call to get into the VRC offices to discuss the discrepancies, what's happened here. Bazza he's leading the medium tyre, the hard tyre boys. Homesick Alien's fancying it though, and I honestly didn't see. I was sat on board with the Baz, and I think I was looking at the iPad or something, so I didn't see what the incident was. Which then, because Jim was on the outside of Baz, then suddenly Baz really braked. Jim looked like he went flying into the corner, and everything looked okay, but as we were coming out of the corner, Ensign Hewitt kind of went off wide. Jim went skew whiff. Bazza then went off the road a little bit, and it all just went absolutely crazy, to the point where I thought the actual lobby had glitched. But no, it's not. We're sat alongside Homesick Alien, and my good golly gosh, has he changed his helmet? He has. I don't think I've ever seen him ever wearing anything but his Villeneuve colours. But there you see a beautiful Ray-Ban Fanatec 77 helmet. My gosh, someone's been busy. Someone's been busy in the livery editor. Hey, look at that, that's nice. Well done. Ooh, that's not good though, going off there. Getting carried away with his helmet, looking at it in the wing mirror. So Ensign Hewitt catching up with the Alien, who's just had a small off, and having a small off here, it's costly. It costs you. The tyres get really shabby ranked on those tyres. If you have a small off, you hear in the background, Shabba! And yeah, you're struggling for a good couple of corners, as Ensign Hewitt can now attest, because he's right there up Homesick Alien's business. He's filing his documents. We're on board with Ensign while I'm drinking my coffee. We're having a minute, okay? It was an exciting first few laps. We should see Snorlax come in at the end of this lap to get rid of those soft tyres. And then it's in the fate of the gods, or the BRC admin. Hang on, I've got a cough. There we go. You didn't have to hear that. So then, we've got Ensign Newitt in fourth, chasing down the Alien. It's a 60-minute race, no rush. We've got all evening. We're only 7 minutes in. Had a lot of racing already, had a few offs. It's been interesting. Snorlax, he's bending the rules to his will. And we'll see. We'll see how it works out. I can hear, I definitely think Racer Brown's first message after either watching the stream or hearing about this will be FFS. I think will be his opening line. So there we go, Snorlax into the pits. He's done his 5 laps on softs, and that should put Bazza in the lead of this race. But he's yet to take his soft tyre stops as of yet, and he's got a nice little lead on the Alien. Homesick Alien, some 2 seconds behind him. And Ensign Newitt into third with Majid up into fourth. Look where Majid's come from. He was virtually at the back. He was 7th, wasn't he? He's up to 4th already. Joker's having a good run of it in 5th, but he's got Jim, who was the pole sitter and early leader. And I still don't know. I don't know what happened between Bazza, Ensign Newitt or Jim, or if anything, if they all just made a mistake at the same time. If their tyres were cold, it was the first lap, was it? No, I think it was a couple of laps in. But yeah, something oddness happened, all 3 of them. Same with Guesty, Homesick, and Jim's got the move done on Jokers. A beautiful move as well, just out the corner, along the straight, grabbed a toe, and got himself by. Nicely done by Jim. And his next target is 7 seconds up the road, which is Majid. So Jim, big aims, but he is fast, remember. Pole sitter, got that pole position. So he's got the pace. He's just got to hope Majid makes a few small mistakes. He did 27.5 his last time around, did Jim. Majid did a 28.7, see, them sort of things. He's not even out of the 28, so if Jim can keep in those 27s, which he has done, except for lap 3, it must have been lap 3. Oh, lap 2 wasn't too tardy as well. Jim's had a bit of a trek in the first couple of laps. So Bazza leading by 2 seconds from Homesick Alien. Bazza, 27.3 his last time around. Absolutely delicious lap time there. These 27s, early 27s, is something to be impressed with. Snorlax got the fastest lap with the medium tyre, the soft tyre. We don't use the mediums at all, and for some reason that's the second time I've caught myself saying mediums in this race. So the soft tyre with a 26.2. He's now since pitted, and he's come out really in 7th. Oh, he's gone for another stint on the softs. He's doing both stints of the softs early doors. Now, can the fuel last? Oh, I'm not sure, you know. He's already used up a quarter of a tank. You think he might have to pit again before the end of the race just for fuel. I don't know if he can just fill up at his last pit stop and that'll see him all the way. I don't know. 10 minutes into a 60-minute race, and the other guys, Jokers, used about a quarter of a tank up. Half a tank would be 20 minutes. Maybe just about Snorlax could get that fuel to last. As he makes a move on Jokers with those soft tyres. Coming on through, sir. Moving on up and moving on out. Nothing can stop me, baby. So Jokers then, he's biding his time. He knows. Although he's had a couple of rough laps, a 34 and a 30. God, there goes the Swift again. The Suzuki wants to take him out. So just keep that bad boy under control, Jokers. Guesty, 8th. Never seen this track before. He's not even laid eyes on it. So he's had to jump right in to the deep end and learn the track. And there is a couple of corners here that can catch you up. Look, if we get on with Guesty alongside, I don't know, at the front. So this corner is relatively all right because it's going uphill. So Even if you mess your braking up, the hill slows you down. It's when you get up here, it's all blind right here. You kind of want to be braking because this is blind. You've got to get around, and then just coming down this hill, it just sort of catches you out. You've got to get over there. See how he was aiming for the grass? You can't. A couple of times I've been on the grass on the right hand there. This one is, you can get chucked out a little too wide there and end up over in that litter, kitty litter. So yeah, there is a couple of corners here that can catch you out at Road Atlanta. It's a track you really need to know. And obviously Guesty didn't have time to take part in the practice or qualifying, jumped straight in the race, and yeah, he's in 8th place, 26 seconds behind Jokers. Jim's dropped again, is it? Oh no, Snorlax, I apologise, has got past Jim, but he's on the racing soft, so he is going to tear through these hard runners like a hot knife through butter. 25.9 that time around for Snorlax. Majid in 4th, doing a serious job. He's 4 seconds behind Ensign, and Ensign has lost no time to Homesick whatsoever. Homesick at 27.2 last time around. Ensign at 27.7. Well, he's lost a bit of time, okay, I concede. He's lost a bit. Now Homesick's starting to find his rhythm. He did 29 on lap 7 though, so he's still not quite there yet. He still hasn't quite got that Swift under control. Bazza, talk about control, 4 seconds in the lead, not half. The man knows what he's doing in his trippy little car, and he's owning it. He's owning Road Atlanta. He's going for the win. Where is he in the championship, eh? Where is the Baz? I think he was joint with someone, wasn't he? The Baz is in 7th on 19 points, which is 2 points behind Guesty and 5 points behind Jim. And at the moment, Jim's running in 6th and Guesty's running in 8th. So it's the world is at the Belgian's feet. The world's his oyster. He's caning it. But can he take that win? Has he got it? Over 60 minutes. Can he keep the Swift on the grey stuff? In the distance, you see Homesick Alien having to deal with Ensign Hewitt again. Ensign Hewitt coming on with an attack. Ensign Hewitt feeling frisky. Up to the 13th minute mark, he's giving the Homesick Alien a lot to think about. A lovely line through there from Ensign Hewitt, but Homesick Alien found a faster line, pulled a little out on him. Majid 8 seconds behind this battle now, and Snorlax on those soft tyres will be catching Majid. Hand over fist, you see Ensign Hewitt clinging on that long right-hander. Again round here, the car. He's got it grounded, hasn't he? It's solid. It's solid in Ensign Hewitt's hands. It's safe. Safe as he chases down the Alien. He'll be getting a small tow. A small tow. Let's have a look. It's 7/10. Not gaining too much, so maybe not a tow that far back. No, he's definitely dropping back, so he's not gained a tow off the Alien. Obviously need to be a lot closer to get the tow on GT7 or in these Swifts. Again, a lovely entry into that corner. I thought he was going to lose it then, but he didn't. Kissed the curb, and oh yeah, great action there from Ensign Hewitt as Homesick Alien pulls away, and that demoralises you when you're driving and you've done a good lap. I mean, it's half a second off of his best, but it still felt good. It was in the corners, it did the right things, and you see the man you're chasing just pull away. Snorlax is in. He must have done all of his laps on the softs now. All he can do is top that car up and go all the way to the end and hope everyone else loses a lot of time with their pit stops. Talking about losing time, Ensign Hewitt again drifting away from the Alien. It looks to me, when the Alien gets it right, he's definitely faster than Ensign Hewitt, but at the moment Ensign Hewitt is a lot more consistent than the Alien. The Alien's slightly making mistakes, so Ensign Hewitt, he really could do with a bit of pressure in the Alien, because I think a bit of pressure around here and Homesick Alien could drop it. He could drop the car. Majid then 9 seconds adrift from them, and here comes Jim. I said if he could maintain that 27 pace, he will catch up Majid. He was some 7 seconds behind him. It's down to 2.5 seconds now. Majid has dropped into the 29s. Don't know if he's struggling with tyre wear. It's not really. The engine, the hards aren't really worn that much. They shouldn't be losing time from it. So Majid maybe overdriving the car a little bit. But again, we see Majid up there in the top 4 like last round. So he's got the pace, he's got the drive, and he's got the samurai. So Jimbo in the Karcher, he's got the he's just if he had any luck, it'd be bad luck. He just doesn't get any luck in these races, does he? He's got the pace, he gets good qualifying, and there's always something at the beginning of a race that just slips him back and makes the job just that little bit harder for him. Maybe that's how he likes it, but he is catching Majid ahead, and it'll be race on between those two pretty soon. Joker's in 6th. He's having a lonely race. He's 10 seconds behind Jimbo, and he's 16 seconds ahead of Snorlax. Snorlax playing the waiting game now. He's gone to the hard tyre, and he's going all the way to the end. He didn't top up. He did not fill the car up. So I honestly don't think he's going to... I don't know. I don't know what the fuel levels are like. I've done no testing or anything. But if you asked me, I don't think that fuel tank's going to last him all the way till the end of the race. But we'll see. We will see. I've been wrong so many times. I couldn't count them. I've been wrong once before, I believe. So Guesty, learning the track, 27.9. That's the pace of the leaders. They're in the 27s. They're not consistently either high 27s or low 27s because it bounces a lot on this track. It's a tricky track. But yeah, Guesty has now found the race pace. He's 6 seconds behind Snorlax, but Snorlax has done all his pit stops. He can cruise all the way to the end where everyone else around him has to make at least 2 pit stops. Bandit dropping off the pace quite a lot there. Nearly saw Bandit win on Friday evening. I don't want to... pretend I didn't say that. Bandit has a very interesting race on our last stream. I've spoiled it for you now. Sorry. Watch it anyway. See how that unfolds. But yeah, he's not enjoying these Swifts. I'm not sure. I'm not speaking for him because it's obviously, it's his call. But he's not getting as much out of the Swifts. Oh, he's done a soft. That's why he's done his softs. Has he done 2 stints of softs? I lose track if I don't see. He might have done 2 stints of softs because I saw him ages ago on the softs. So maybe he's getting 2 stints of softs out the way. Homesick Alien's leading this race. Bazza has dropped it. Bazza, where are you? Where are you? 2 seconds behind Ensign Newer. What happened? Unbelievable stuff. And now Homesick Alien is leading this race, and really, without Racer Brown here and Guesty having an off day or not knowing the track whatsoever, then he needs to get the win, doesn't he? He needs the points. As it is, he's 7 points behind Racer Brown already. So yes, Homesick Alien pushing on, pulled a nice gap away from Ensign. Last time we saw him it was about a second, and he's got it up to 3 seconds now. Bazza somehow has swapped places with the 2 ahead of him, and he's running in 3rd. Let's have a look. He did a 36.4. He must have dropped it, pushed it a little too hard, and he had a comfortable lead. That's the gutting thing about it. He was slowly pulling away, unless Homesick Alien was starting to edge him. He's done a 26.9, did Homesick Alien. That's on the hard tyres. But Snorlax's fastest on the softs were at 25.6. Now Bandit is back out. He's on the hard tyre. So Bandit, I reckon, did a double stint on softs. And he hasn't topped up. So no, Snorlax, that might be all right for fuel. He's same as Bandit. So yeah, maybe that's the amount of fuel they need to get to the end of the race. We are 20 minutes into a 60-minute race, so who knows? Homesick Alien's 4 seconds leading from Ensign Ewer. Ensign Ewer's gone in. Oh, he's had a bit of damage. He's picked up a bit of damage there. So he's gone in to get his softs, and Bazza's followed him in as well. Bazza thinks it's a good idea. Jim's staying out there. And Jim now moves up into 2nd place. Who's he behind? Oh, Bandit. He's going to put a lap on Bandit. But don't forget, Bandit's already made a couple of pit stops in this race, where Jim is yet to put the soft tyre on, and a few have done for it. Jokers has also liked the idea. And does it come back to Snorlax then? He's 11 seconds off Jokus already. Ensign's out. Bazza's out. Did Majid do a pit? No, Majid's moved up to third. Jim stayed out. Homesick stayed out. So it was Bazza, and he's beat Ensign out of the pits. Did not touch the fuel. That's why Bazza did not touch the fuel. Looks like Ensign might have had a squirt. But yeah, Bazza jumping, Ensign in the pits. Sometimes I worry as well when your damage is flashing when you come in the pits. Will it make you repair it, even though it's on self-repair? I don't know. I've never come across that, but I do see sometimes people damage their cars, and then when they come, and it's like on a pit stop thing. And I always think, is it going to make them repair the car? So that'd be awful. Anyway, so Baz is out for 5 laps on the soft. So is Ensign Hewitt. This is their attack on Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien getting 26s and early 27s on the hard tyre. This is what these guys are. They've got to beat that at the very bare minimum. And if they don't, then they are definitely going to lose out to the Alien, who seems to have found it. Took him a couple of laps, but he's got it now. And he's got it in tons. Jim then in second place, trying to get something back out of this race after losing a bit of ground earlier on in his fight with Bazza and Ensign Hewitt. And with Majid, he's not doing the blister, he's not doing the 27s like the leaders are, but he's kept it steady, stayed out of trouble, kept it on the grey stuff, and he's found himself in third place at the moment. But like I said, yet to pit, like the 2 ahead of him. Behind him is Bazza by 7 seconds, but he's on the soft tyres, and he should catch up Majid rather swiftly in the Swift. Whilst listening to Taylor Swift and thinking about the insuring his car with Swift as he drives Swift. Right, so Bazza, he's on the softs, he's going fast. And Majid, he was 7, he's down to 6. Ensign Hewitt's coming along with him for the ride. And Snorlax, he beat Jokus in that pit stop thing, but it doesn't look like, well, it's Majid maybe he's aiming for in those pits. But Snorlax out on the hard tyre. And yeah, maybe that fuel will last. I mean, at half an hour, it needs to be at half full, doesn't it, really? We'll see. Ensign Hewitt furiously chasing down the Baz. Majid. 29s now, those hard tyres might be losing a little grip at the front end there. Jim, 27.7 his last time around. He's put a lap on the Bandit, but like I said, Bandit's pitted twice. He's done his 2 soft stints. And Homesick Alien, he's in a battle with Bazza and Ensign at the moment. Like I said, they've pitted to put their softs on. Homesick Alien's continued on. They can pit whenever they want to do the soft stint. Race. He might fancy letting everyone get theirs out the way and see how they go. He might be thinking, I'm in a groove at the moment. I'm doing 26s, 27, low 27s, which is pretty much what some of the guys on soft tyres have been doing, in all fairness. Bazza, 26.7 is 26.0 that time around. Ensign Hewitt, 25.0. That's serious now. Now we're getting serious. Now it's getting interesting. So Ensign Hewitt absolutely destroying the fastest lap around here so far in this race. 25 minutes in this 60-minute endurance race in the Suzuki Swifts. And it's an interesting race. It's an interesting race. Homesick Alien's leading, but he is yet to pit. He has used none of his soft tyres, but he's had a blistering pace since getting the lead. And I imagine he just wants to stay in the groove and not disrupt that at the moment. It's going well. And why shake it up? Well, no, he is. He's coming in the pits. He's decided this is the time, and it's going to be a close call. Maybe he saw that 25 and thought he definitely will get overtaken, undercut by Ensign and Bazza. He's come in. Now Majid's been caught up with those hard tyres. And Majid, now we see the longer they can keep him behind, the better for them when it comes to their pit stop. But he's going in. Yes, he does. He decides, oh no, Majid, not again. I thought Majid was going to have a pit strategy. He does have a clump on the way in, but he had a catastrophe going into his pit. A pit strategy. I don't know, it's hard to say. So Homesick's got back out. No, Bazza's got through. Bazza's got through, but he's lost the car. No, Bazza, whoa! No. Homesick continues on, just getting those soft tyres on his car. As Ensign Hewitt now all over the back of him. Bazza's back on the track, and he just asked too much from the Swift, as he wanted it to get past Homesick Alien and retake the lead, and he finds himself back behind Homesick Alien and Ensign Hewitt, and they're all on the soft tyre. Jimbo has also pitted and put on the soft tyre, and he's found himself in fourth. Snorlax, it's worked for him. He's ahead of Majid, and remember, Majid's got to go in again and then again, and Snorlax has done all that. He's got all that out of the way, and he's 3 seconds ahead of Majid. Obviously Majid's going to catch him, get past him, but it's how far ahead can he get a pit stop ahead of him for the next row of pit stops. So interesting out there how it's working out for Snorlax and Majid. And Guesty, he's been in, puts the softs on. He stayed ahead of Jokers, who I think's doing a double stint on the softs, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. Thought I saw Jokers going onto the softs a bit earlier, so this might be his second stint on the softs. He's just behind Guesty. Race on between those two, and Ensign Hewitt and Bazza have reached their 5 laps on the soft tyre, and they've come in. Ensign Hewitt owned the lap time. Let's see if Homesick Alien can do anything about that. And then it's all down to Jim. Jim's on those soft tyres, and he gets ahead of the Baz and Ensign. I know. Oh, Jimbo comes around that first corner with intent. With intent, I tell thee. Jimbo is driving the nuts off of this car. He's driving the wheels and the wheel nuts right off his Swift. He's 18 seconds behind the Alien. I don't think the win's on for him today, but catching Snorlax as well, getting ahead. Oh, Ensign Hewitt and Bazza, it's come out in bad place. They're going for the double soft stint as well. Everyone preferring the double soft stint here, because Ensign Hewitt and Bazza have both put the soft tyres on. Guesty, he's on the softs at the moment, but he's still trying to keep control of the Swift around an Alien track to him. He's still feeling his way. Jokers has come in. He's just on his way out, and I don't know what tyre he's opted for. So he's on the softs. I can't keep track of any of this, guys. So now he's on a second stint of softs. Who knows? Bandit only 4 seconds behind Jokers. He's back on the hard tyre. He's just had the Alien put a lap on him, but the Alien is on a set of softs. My word. Jimbo as well pushing on. Snorlax in third. He's done all his stints of softs. All his pit stops are out the way. At the moment, sitting in third. But he did start on the softs, and although it doesn't say anything in the rules, was it worth the risk of a minute penalty? We'll see. We'll have to see what the rule makers say about it. It's technically it doesn't say anything, not that I could find. I didn't look too deep. I just looked in the briefy kind of part, the brief overlay of the race rules. But yeah, I think. Oh, he's out wide though, is Snorlax, and that's given Majid the opportunity, and Majid says thank you very much. I like podiums, and I fancy this one. So, and he's on the soft tyre where Snorlax is on the hard, remember? And he's got Ensign Hewitt also on the soft tyres catching him up. So Snorlax is going to feel a bit of pain. Feel a little pain for a corner or two as the soft runners make it by him. We're on board with Snorlax, the monster Swift, as they break into the chicane. And Ensign Ewart biding his time, but how much time does he have to bide? There he goes around the outside. Beautiful stuff. The grip he's given on the softs. And where's the Baz? Baz is some 5 seconds behind. Oh, he had a bit of an off, but I don't think it cost him that much, did he? But Bazza kicking himself, I bet. And no one has... Homesick Alien's done a 24.8. So Ensign Ewart's 25.0 is gone. Guesty on the softs. Smashing it now. He probably thinks, yeah, this track's a lot better on soft tyres than it is hard. There he goes, 25.5 from Guesty whilst he's on his soft run. Joker's also on his second soft run. And it looks like Homesick Alien's coming around to put a lap on him, but is Homesick on soft still? He must be getting to the end of his soft run. When did he do it? Oh, he's gone for a double soft, wasn't it? A double soft stint from the Alien. Jim's on his first soft stint, I believe. I don't know. No, I don't know. Yes, I'm going to stick my neck out and say that's his first soft stint. I don't know. I've lost track. Ensign Ewart, he's on his second soft stint. He's done a double stint of them. Snorlax in fourth. Bazza's catching him up though, because he's on his double soft stint, his second soft stint, and he's done it consecutively. And is anyone sick of me saying soft stint? There's got to be a better word for it. Gotta be, hasn't there? So Bazza threw it all away in this race, hasn't he? No, yeah. Still loads of time to go. Look, we're only at 33 minutes. We've got 27 minutes of racing still to go. Nothing is gone. Nothing is finished. Nothing is over. But Bazza in fifth, chasing down Snorlax, who's on the hard tyre. He's done both his stints on soft. And now he's running all the way to the end on those hard tyres. And Bazza must come in the pits and put those hard tyres on before the end of the race. He's only got... What's he done? This is his third lap on those softs. Ensign Ewart, 9 seconds behind Jimbo. Jimbo's fuel's flashing, my word. I don't know, I think this is his first stint. It's his fourth lap on the soft tyre. Homesick Alien's in. He double stinted it, so now he's going to put hards on. Put in enough fuel for the end of the race. Is that enough fuel for the end of the race? Maybe. What? No way. Is that enough fuel? Oh no, it hasn't updated it because he hasn't reached the end of the pit lane yet. Jesus. He wasn't standing still very long though, so I don't think he's put a lot of fuel in. If he's put any, no, he hasn't put any. Oh, hang on a minute. Was that his first stint on softs? It was. So he's double stinting. I've totally lost track of this soft tyres bloody thing. I don't know. Ensign Ewart, I'm pretty sure he's coming to the end of his softs use. I didn't think Homesick Alien came in only like a lap or two behind Ensign Ewart and Bazza. I thought he'd already come in and got his second stint of softs on, but maybe not. Maybe this is his second soft stint. He's still in the lead. Oh my gosh. And Ensign Ewart's going to have to pit for hard tyres. Snorlax doesn't have to pit, and he's got Bazza right on him. Bazza catching up Snorlax, but Snorlax could be sitting pretty here, even though he's probably going to be checked out about the rule. Was it a... Bazza side by side then, coming along straight. Snorlax should have the inside line, but the worst grip. And Bazza eases on through the chicane and says goodbye to Snorlax. No, Bazza's gone wide again, and Snorlax says, I'll stay there then, shall I? Poor Baz. Ensign Ewart then in to get rid of those softs. He'll be back on the hards for the rest of the race. Homesegalian, another stint of softs. That's why he didn't top up on fuel, because he'll be back in a couple of laps' time. And that's when he'll put his fuel in. Snorlax up into second. So far, this strategy has worked for him. But it's a tricky strategy. Come the end of the race, we will see. I wonder if there's any chatter in Discord. I won't read it out, because it's not for that. No, still no chatter. It's all radio silence. Must be all being done by DMs or PMs. The emergency meetings haven't taken effect yet. So Homesegalian is 11 seconds in the lead at the moment, but he's going to have to pit and put on the hard tyre and top up a bit of fuel possibly, although Snorlax is trying to run to the end and he's on a quarter of a tank of fuel. Jimbo, he's doing a double stint. I'm sure unless he's done a really bad lap, but it's not saying out lap above his number, which I would have thought it did. I don't know. Maybe it's only one time that gets affected by your pit stop, and that's throwing me off. Yeah, looks like your out laps, your slow laps. Snorlax has come in. So Snorlax has come in. He has had to make an extra stop. Interesting. We can't tell with fuel. Ensign Newart's gone back onto the hard. Yes, he's put a lot of fuel in. And so's Bazza. That's a lot of fuel for 23 minutes. Possibly not, but Ensign Newart and Bazza virtually topping up the car. Well, Bazza has topped up the car. Guesty still on his soft run. I'm guessing his second soft run. I think he's been in and got another set of softs. So he's doing his second soft run, and he gets the fastest lap with a 24.7. And Homesegalian, he's not got many laps. Well, he's got about 3-4 laps on the soft tyre. His fuel's flashing. And yeah, he's losing opportunity to get that fastest lap back. Jimbo on his second stint on the soft tyres. And Ensign Newarт there. And the hard. Snorlax then making that extra pit stop and still coming out in 4th place. And it really does take away from starting on the softs. That's the problem. I understand doing the first 5 laps on the softs, maybe to get a jump off the grid, get position, but then you've still got a pit. And I don't think there's any advantage from starting on the softs than the hards. I really don't, looking at this, because he's had to make another pit stop. So the pit stop he saved at the beginning of the race, he's had to use anyway come the end of the race to put fuel in. So yeah, I'm questioning whether or not there is even any advantage to starting on the softs, and that's probably what Racer Brown didn't write in the rules. He probably thought, well, start on the softs, see what difference it makes. I dare you, double dare you. It does save a pit stop, but not really, because you run out of fuel. I mean, if he just did the 5 laps, put hards on, pitted later in the race, put fuel on after his soft stint, then it'd be questionable. But the way he's done it, it hasn't worked out for him at all. Although he's running in 4th, 5 seconds ahead of Guesty, who's got a pit to put hards on. Bazza has pitted and put hards on. He's ahead of Majid by 9 seconds, who's still on softs. He's done a second stop stint, but wow, he lost a lot of time in his pit stop. Did he? I think so. His pit times were a little bit all over the place. I can't tell. 25 was a 2:03. I think that's his out lap. Then there was a 38, a 38, a 26, 20. Mate, then there's a 49, which is what you think his out lap would be. So yeah, Majid's had a bit of a shaky one. If there is soft runs, interesting. Bandit, he's ahead of Joker, so somehow Bandit, looking like he was out of this race altogether, 20 seconds behind the field, right at the beginning. He's somehow pulled it back, and he's got Joker's position, and he's only 10 seconds behind Majid, who's got to make a pit stop for hard tyres. So Bandit could find himself another position coming up. I think he's done all his stints on the softs. I think we saw him do his stints in the early stages of the race. So Bandit in a good place there to pick up 7th spot. And say he was 20 seconds behind last place. That's not bad going. So Homesick Alien now. He's on his 5th lap, I think. Yeah, he's on his 5th lap of the softs. He'll be coming in at the end of this lap. He's 25 seconds ahead of Jim. Here he comes, coming in. He'll put a little splash and dash of fuel in there. We've seen different levels. Snorlax reckons it's about half a tank of fuel. We'll get him to the end. Ensign Ewer reckons about 3/4. Guesty, he's yet to pit for his softs onto his hards, and Nora's Jim. Jimbo, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is his 5th lap, so we'll see Jimbo coming in at the end of this one. Cracking stuff from Jim. And Ensign Ewer, is he close enough? Will he retake the lead of this race? Big questions. Don't forget, they don't have to put as much fuel in. I think Ensign Ewer put in too much. We'll see when Alien comes out. He's on his way out already. Look, he's going to just stay in the lead. And he's put half a tank in. So, yeah, Ensign Ewer. Little heavy on the fuel there, Ensign. A little heavy on the fuel, but I don't know if it would have... I don't know. Now, he's got ahead of Jimbo. And he's 26, 23, 20. Oh, no, Ensign's gone off wide. Snorlax is only 4 seconds behind. Ensign Ewer finding the track. He was trying to do the math as well. I bet you he was doing the math, same as me. Thinking, hang on a minute, where are we then? What's relative now that Homesick's out? And 20 seconds behind him. Well, you are now after that off. And you're only 9/10 ahead of Snorlax, who's on his way with a lighter car because you put loads of fuel in, Mr. Stewart. And there we go, Jimbo. He's been a bit more sensible with the fuel, a little over half. Guesty's come in as well to get those hard tyres. Bazza then in 5th, 1.5 seconds behind Jimbo. Race on is what I say. But again, Bazza again has overfilled the car, possibly overfilled the car. And it's going to be a struggle. His car's going to be heavier than Jim's. Jim's got the fresher tyres. Might take a little longer in the lap to bed in. So Baz has got that advantage, but the weight might go against him. This is a big deal, you know. Here we go, Ensign Ewer on Snorlax, or Snorlax on Ensign Ewer. I don't remember what way around it was. Snorlax on it. He was in 3rd. Oh my. Oh my. He's going to ruffle up some feathers. Is Snorlax, with the way he started this race. May have found a loophole in the rules, but he's made an extra pit stop anyway, so it made no sense. It hasn't gained him an advantage, I don't think. I think running a good race that he has raced has gained him the advantage of 2nd place. I don't think it's not pitting at the beginning. But I don't know. It's not for me to make those. I get to spy on the rule conversation, but I don't know enough to comment. So Ensign Ewer, though, he wants that position back as the sun downs here at Road Atlanta, and again for the 2nd time in a week we've had the sun go down on us in USA. Hey, we've partied in the USA until the sun's gone down. If I could remember the Miley Cyrus song, I'd sing it, and I can't. As in the hands up to play my tune, going to a party in the USA. I honestly can't remember it, but I did know it because I love my cheesy pop. Bugger. I tell you what, Miley Cyrus's new song though is good. Don't buy me flowers. I can hold my own hand. I can talk for hours. You know, go on then. Go in the other room. Leave us alone. We're playing computer games. We don't want to hear it. So Ensign Ewer. See, I've learnt now, when I go into those random bits, if I mumble, none of you'll hear the weird thoughts that go through my head. So I mumble the weird thoughts, so you can't hear it. It just sounds like I'm talking to myself in the background. We're back in the race now. Snorlax is in 2nd place. Snorlax started the race with controversy, thinking that there may be a loophole in the rules, but he gained no advantage from it because he pitted later in the race for fuel. So if he does get a penalty, it's unfortunate because I don't know. doesn't seem to. I don't think he's gained from it, but we'll see. We'll see. At the moment, he's in second place, sitting pretty. As it's gone now, pretty much pitch black here at Road Atlanta. Homesick Alien, 20 seconds in the lead, and this is exactly what he needed. Guesty's got the fastest lap, so he doesn't get that. Jim gets the point for pole. Guesty so far fastest lap, and I think everyone's back on the hard tyres now as we see out the end of the race. And Homesick Alien thrashing it out there, but still, there's still, what, 13 minutes left to go in this race. It's getting colder as it gets later at night. They're on the hard tyres, which will be losing adhesive to the tarmac, so there might still be some offs. Ensign Newer is furiously chasing down Snorlax. He wants that place back. He had a small off. Again, nearly a small off, and it's not going to get. He's pushing too hard, and Snorlax now 2 seconds ahead. And Snorlax looking good for another podium. No, he missed out because he spun, didn't he? He spun last week. Bless his little cotton socks. Spun out of a podium right near the last lap, it could have been. Second to last lap. Bandit's come in. His fuel was too tight. He tried the same sort of idea as Snorlax, and it didn't work for him. And now he's had to come in, and the M&M Bandit is topping up with fuel. And will that give Jokus the opportunity? Where is Jokus? He's not there yet. I think Bandit should get back out before Jokus comes around. Homesick Alien leads by 20 seconds. Snorlax 2 seconds ahead of Ensign Newer, who's 4 seconds ahead of Jim, who turned this race around a little bit and gained a couple of positions mid-pack. And he's ahead of Baz by 1.4 seconds. Jim at the moment is doing 27.3s on the reg as well. 2 27.3s in a row. Bazza is pushing 27.1 and a 27.2. He's faster than Jim. And Jim's going to have to keep half an eye in his mirror because the Bandit is bringing it. Ensign Newer, he can't catch up with Snorlax. Can he catch up with him? Can he keep up with him, man? And Snorlax, relatively pressure-free, sitting happy in the monster liveried Swift Suzuki. Aye. And Ensign Newer there third. Jim in fourth, but Bazza wants it back. Who's had turns of leading this race? Jim was on pole, so he technically led when the lights went out. Homesick's been leading. Ensign Newer's had a go at leading. Bazza's had a go at leading. My word, we've had a change of lead so often. It's like Britain's prime ministers. So Bazza then in fifth. Guesty in sixth. 33 seconds behind Bazza, but he did turn that around nicely, didn't he? Because he was some way off, didn't know the track, and he's already got a drop. I think they only drop one race when it's a 6-rounder, so he's already missed out on the first round. And this is not a high-scoring one for Guesty. It's not a championship run, is it? With 6th place, Majid in 7th. 3.7 seconds behind Guesty. 30.2 for last time around for Majid. Guesty, though, doing a 28.0. Beautiful stuff. Bandit stayed ahead of Jokus, but only by 13 seconds. If Bandit makes a mistake in the last in the last 10 minutes, then Jokus will punish him. Homesick Alien then 20 seconds in the lead. It's good to talk for the British Telecom sponsored Suzuki Swift. Shake it off, shake it off. Snorlax in second. He's lost a half a second, 7/10 to Ensign Newer. Ensign Newer still pushing on, trying to get that position back. Shall we sit alongside him? Won't see much though, are we? Oh yeah, there we go. Has he got a new helmet as well? Everyone's getting new helmets. What's going on? Is there a committee of helmets? You all get out your helmets one night a week and show it to each other. Look at my helmet. Ooh, can I touch it? Be gentle though. Paint's still wet. So everyone's flashing their new helmets tonight. Ensign Ewart donning a new one. I'm sure I'll get a message saying, I've had it for about 3 weeks. What's the matter with you? Well, I don't often sit in the car. I like to see the cars from the outside. But yeah. Nice one. Ensign Ewart then 6/10. You see he's pushing on. There's another battle as well on track, don't forget, with Bazza and Ensign. That's 5/10 on board with the Baz alongside. Went to the stadium lights. We'll check out Bazza's helmet as well. Hey, he's still got the same one. Good old Baz. You can rely on Bazza. Everyone should have a mate called Barry because you can just rely on him. And Jimbo then 6/3/10. Jim under immense pressure here from Barry twins, the Bazza, Barry R, the Belgian Bullet, the Muscles from Brussels, oh God, there's so many, I can't even think of all of them. Barry Oval twins. There's another one, I'm not quite beefcake, and Ballsy Belgium. There you go. Whew, God almighty, it's hard to introduce you to nowadays, Bazza. So many names, it's so long. That's what she said. So Bazza then, 2/10. 2/10. He's playing with Jimbo. He's toying with him. He's faster than him. Just waiting for Jimbo to make a mistake in the dark here. And we've got another fight up ahead, don't forget. Ensign Ewart, 6/10 behind Snorlax. Loads of action on track. Guesty, 38 seconds behind them, 6 seconds ahead of Majid, who's 15 seconds ahead of the Bandit, who's 14 seconds ahead of Jokus. And these are the battles. These are the races we look forward to. Bazza, half a second behind Jim. We've got 6.5 minutes of racing here at Road Atlanta for round 3 of the Suzuki Endurance Cup. Crazy times ahead. Snorlax then, 7/10. Ensign Ewart, he couldn't get any closer, but Snorlax protecting his inside line and stays ahead of Ensign Ewart, and Ensign Ewart is throwing everything he's got up his sleeve at Snorlax, and Snorlax has an answer for it all. Jimbo's under the same kind of pressure from Bazza, and Bazza's putting it on him. Oh, breaking into the first, is it first corner? No, we're nowhere near first corner, are we? Oh, we might be, yeah, that was first corner. This is the tricky part of the track. On the brakes, they survive. We must be late into the night now. And you can see the battle up ahead as well with Ensign and Snorlax. They might be slowing each other down, helping Jim and Bazza catch up. And we're into 5 minutes left, just over. And this is getting hot in here at Road Atlanta. And Ensign Ewart 6/10 behind Snorlax, just cannot find the position. Snorlax doing good lap times, 28.0 last time for him. Ensign Ewart, and there, who's that jittering around? Jokus. Look how close it is between second and third and fourth and fifth, a little bit further down the road, and it's so tight. And again, Ensign having another look, but he's too far back this time into the braking zone. Jimbo looks like he's pulled a bit. No, Bazza's right there. He has to play avoiding action to Jim and loses time coming out the chicane, and Jim's got a bit of breathing space as we go into the last 4 minutes of this race. Ensign Ewart, he's got to mount that attack pretty soon because he's running out of laps. Got what, 2, maybe 3 laps left? Well, probably more like 3, maybe even, yeah, 3 I'm gonna say. Jim then, he bought himself a bit of time with Bazza making a small mistake into that chicane, And Ensign Newitt really piling the pressure on Snorlax. It's been a beautiful race between these guys. You know, I'm kind of rooting that Snorlax keeps his position. He found a loophole. Well, Bandit found the loophole. Snorlax must have just thought, oh, hang on a minute then. If there's a loophole to be had, I'll have a piece of it. And then Bandit backed out of it, put the hards back on, and Snorlax stuck with the softs. So he took the gamble. But we'll see. They've just put a pit on Jokers. A lap, sorry, not a pit. And Snorlax still ahead. Jim's still ahead of Bazza. Bazza's 7 tenths behind now. It doesn't look like he... And remember, Bazza's working with a heavier car than Jim. And I'm impressed that Bazza even caught up with Jim with that much fuel on. Ensign as well, more fuel on than Snorlax. And this might be what's causing them the problem. Is they're darned heavy cars. And they just can't get the moves done on the cars ahead of them that are a lot lighter. Homesick Alien, meanwhile, he's found the M&M Bandit, and he's got by him, and he's on lap 39, 23 seconds in the lead. And yeah, in qualifying, he couldn't find a time. He spent most of the time in the back. And Ensign Newitt, getting tired of this hanging around schnizzle, wants to get by a Snorlax. I think they're Pokemons, aren't they, Snorlaxes? Oh, see the Swift. See the Swift sliding to the outside of the corner, but stays with it. Bazza's passed Jim. Oh, my word. Oh, my God, Jim must have had enough because it's 9 seconds. He's 9 seconds. Oh, Jim, my friend. Oh, God, I feel for you, my... Oh, what a schnizzle. So Bazza, who didn't really, he was following Jim, but he just didn't seem to have the pace to catch Jim and get by him. And I don't know what happened, but Jim slipping down some 9 seconds from Bazza. Bazza in 4th. Ensign Newitt trying his hardest to get 2nd place in this race, but Snorlax will not budge. Reminds me very much like another driver that drives black, white and green cars, who's a bugger to get by. Jokers has left, his connection has finally given up. He has got shakier as the race has carried on, it must be said. And there we see Ensign again looking for any way he can to get by. Again having a look up the inside. There's nothing doing in that corner, I can tell thee. And Ensign Newitt, 58 minutes on the clock, nearly 59. This could be his last effort. This could be the last lap. There's Homesick Alien. He might get a lap all by himself. Snorlax in 2nd, soaking up Ensign Newitt's pressure. It's beautiful stuff. Snorlax's fuel has started flashing, but with only a minute on the clock, I think that's nothing to be concerned about whatsoever. Bazza in 4th. He kept the pressure on Jim. I mean, it has to be said. He had a heavier car, and he was putting the pressure on Jim, and I don't know what happened to Jim, but he's had a couple of laps in a row, 35 and a 31, and he was doing 27s on the reg before that. Guesty finally found his way in the Swift. Oh, will he have enough fuel to get to the end? I'm sure he will. Majid in 7th. He's running in 4th for a while. I don't know if he had some pit stops problems again, but he's down in 7th with Bandit in 8th, and we lost a Jokas. Just. So Snorlax then, that's the closest battle on track, is Ensign Newitt and Snorlax. And that's it, it's finished. Bazza's crossed the line in 4th. So Jim grabs a 5th place. Great stuff from Jim. I'm sure he probably wished for more. Guesty, lastminute.com, got on the grid, didn't even know the track. He brings it home in 6th spot. And you never know, every point might count at the end of this championship. But judging by the Alien and Racer Brown, I think you've got to be up the other end of the pack in this championship. But there goes Guesty for 6th. Majid. Yeah, Majid coming around final few corners. 4th, 7th, and like I said, he was running 4th. A serious 4th as well. And I don't know what happened to him, if he lost time in the pit stops or something, but he's come home in 7th. Bandit brings it on. That's Alien. That's the Alien. Comes home for the win. Well done, Homesick Alien. Whee! Snorlax. One last ditch effort from Ensign Newer, but it's nothing doing. And Snorlax brings her home for second place. But he's going to have to wait post-race for the judges ruling on that tyres. And his second, and take a boo! My son! For Ensign Newer with third place, and everyone's crossed. Bandits crossed. Oh, look at that. They look cute together. The two yellow Swifts. Wow, what a race. Pick the bones out of that one, bad boy. Homesick Alien, he was down. He was up. He was down. He won. Cracking. And we get to see his butt. Twerk it, Alien, twerk it. Go on, twerk for me, baby. I'll bring the song. I can buy my own flowers. I can hold my own hand. I can talk to myself for hours. So there we go. Congratulations, Homesick Alien. Well done, Snorlax. Maybe. We'll see. I can't see what they can do. I'm on your side, Snorlax. Sod them. You made another pit stop. You didn't gain any advantage. I don't know why you did it, but you did it. And now there's a few people who are going to have go to the board meeting and have a late one. So, in the chat then, Bazza saying, that went okay. So bad I couldn't battle till the end with Jim. Don't know what happened with Joe Cass. Yeah, I think he's just having connectivity problems. I think his car got shakier and shakier as we carried on in the race. I think the long racers don't snore? It's because I read Snorlax. The longer races don't suit his internet connection. So he has troubles with the longer ones. Although Noxie's was a record, wasn't it? Like the first 2 laps in the endurance race and he was out. It was like so early. Hey, Bandit's chuffed that he kept up with the Alien for all the last 15 minutes. Done well. I don't know what happened to you, Bandit, at the beginning of the race. He's put in Discord, Homesick, how does it feel to have a back marker for 15 minutes, still finish in your rear mirror? Yeah, he kept with him. Homesick saying, I was cruising. I was 20 seconds in the lead. What more did I need to do? I just grooved. If Bandit's listening, he's going to go mental. So no. I raced hard. Oh, wow. I'm drained after that. That was an interesting race. And I've heard no news about Mr. Brown, if he's made his delivery or not. Who knows? I was your broadcaster. Oh, what am I doing? I don't even know what order to do everything in. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Betty Drilser. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Oh, Pat's chirping up right at the end of the thing. Pat chat. 5 laps in before Noxie pinged out of Daytona. There you go. That was quick, wasn't it, eh? That was a quick ping out. What have we got coming up for the rest of the week? We have on Thursday, we've got the WRX. And that will be coming to you from Nürburgring GP. So, yes, join us there for some German racing in the really cool Subaru car. Then Friday, I do not think we are going to have a live stream because I've signed up to take part in the Friday MTCC to drive around at the back. I just want to see what it's like at the back for a bit. So I don't know the logistics of it all, and I never speak to Skyjacker about these things. I just surprise him. But I think me and Skyjacker are going to try at some point to dual stream the Friday night replays for your pleasure. But we'll see, because I think it was going to be a Sunday evening we were going to do it, but I think he's starting something up on a Sunday. an actual championship. So I don't know. You'll get to see it somehow or some way. I'll do it. Right then, that's everything then. That was a good promotion, wasn't it? I pushed that one well. Mama Homesick saying, well done, Homesick. Thank you very much, Thingy. That's my pleasure. Skyjacker saying, better 5 laps than 50 minutes or so before Noxie and Daz desynced at Suzuki 2.5 hour. Yeah, that would be more gutting. Skyjacker said, is Adelio, my man? See? I'm not no more back in the can. It's back in the can cooking. That's all right. Bring it back for Tuesdays. And Ensign Hewitt saying, phew. Oh, God. I've turned the screen round. Phew. What an ending. It was cracking. It was absolutely cracking. I loved that. So, who did I say I was? Betty Drillser. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you all again on this fine Tuesday evening for a great round. Oh, I'll tell you where we're going next, shall we? Because it's interesting. Where are we going next? Yeah, these small little cars, I mean, they're Group 4s. They've got the pace, but I thought they were going to be like smaller tracks, but they're stretching their legs next week at Spa-Francorchamps. Oh, yeah. So Bazza has got to be on form next week because he's at home. And it's going to be sunrise, and it doesn't say anything about weather. But I don't think any of these are going to be wet because of the tyre rule. Okay, thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. I've said too much, I feel. So I better get out of here. Thank you, and good night. Peace and love. Peace and love. I don't like sand. It's all coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.